Ladies, young ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. I'm very happy to see so many of you here again on the Éveil des Consciences platform. In international news, tensions are rising in the relationship between South Africa and Russia. Of course, we know that they are allies. Yes, they are allies, and obviously they are part of the BRICS. And we know how much Cyril Ramaphosa values Vladimir Putin and vice versa. But a situation has just occurred, a situation that makes South Africa and its authorities extremely uncomfortable, leaving them overwhelmed and prompting them to break their silence and immediately launch an investigation. Because it was as if Russia had outmaneuvered them, as if Russia had caught them off guard. So this is a truly alarming situation involving the deceptive recruitment of many thousands of South African women under completely false pretenses to go and work in drone assembly factories. Yes, this is what is proving to be very painful and deeply distressing for the entire nation of South Africa. That is to say, the recruitment method, the job advertisement used to recruit them, was completely different from the work they actually went to do. That's why South Africa is not happy at all. So, in this video conference, ladies and gentlemen, this is of course the current event we are going to discuss. Alright, but before we continue, and as I often tell you about Moyen Express, for all those who don't have the app yet, go ahead and download it. In the coming hours, I will make a special video to answer many of the messages I receive regarding Moyen Express. How does it work? So, for those who want to sell online with Moyen Express, how does it work? For those who want to make purchases, how does it work? For those who also want to be delivery drivers for Moyen Express, how does it work? But everyone, download the Moyen Express app. Let's dive deeper, ladies and gentlemen. South Africa has launched an official investigation. So, it is the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation that has confirmed that an investigation is underway. What is the purpose of the investigation? It is to verify allegations that young South African women are being recruited under false pretenses. Several videos have gone viral on TikTok and Instagram showing these South African recruits working in drone assembly factories. This has already been seen, it's already concrete, but since it's a matter of the state, a verification must be carried out, an investigation must be launched. The official findings of the investigation will allow South African authorities to make a decision and determine their next steps. So, they want to verify because these women were recruited under false pretenses. That's what hurts South Africa. False pretenses? How so? The BRICS were used to carry out this recruitment. And if we're not careful, even though these allied states help each other, even though South Africa helps Russia in the context of what's happening between Russia and the West, what's happening between Russia and Ukraine, the way this recruitment was done exposes the BRICS countries. This exposes, it damages the image of the BRICS. And that's why South Africa decided to take the lead. So South Africa has a concern. And the concern is that these are not just simple student jobs or vocational training, but work in the Russian military industry, especially in drone manufacturing. That's their concern. They don't want it to be, they want it to maybe be student jobs, vocational training work, so of a civilian nature. But as soon as they work in the Russian military industry, then it means this recruitment is at odds with the announcement that was made. Yet, the announcement that was made aimed to recruit women who were supposed to work strictly in the civilian sector. But if they work in the military sector, what does that mean? It means that South Africa is directly contributing to the Russian war effort in Ukraine. This is the real problem. So, the government is even considering summoning the Russian diplomats to get some explanations. You see, when a problem between two nations reaches a point where the government is forced to summon diplomats, it means it has reached an intolerable, ruthless, and even unforgivable threshold. So, it must be said that the recruitment method is highly suspicious to the South African authorities. I'm telling you, Russia definitely outsmarted. This is how we say it in Guinea, in the lower neighborhoods. Russia outsmarted South Africa and left them completely in the dust. And the result is that Russia managed to get what it wanted. No matter what people say, these women are already working in those drone assembly factories. The images have gone viral. So, it must be said that the recruitment method is suspicious. Starting in January of the year 2025, the BRICS Student Commission, specifically located and operating within South Africa, that is to say the Student Commission, which represents a significant BRICS member nation in the region of South Africa, had officially published a series of job offers that were specifically and carefully aimed at young women who were between the ages of 18 and 22 years old. They meticulously carried out this recruitment process during January of the preceding year, 2024. There were numerous and enticing promises of highly attractive and beneficial jobs available in the Special Economic Zone of Alabuga. Alabuga, for clarity, is situated within the Republic of Tatarstan, a federal subject of Russia. That's in Russia for construction or service assignments. That was in January. In May 2025, the BRICS Business Women's Alliance announced a large-scale program to recruit 5,600 women for the factories in Alabuga and Etalonstroy Ural starting from 2026. So these recruitments are also underway. So the job postings have been circulating everywhere, on Instagram, on TikTok, which obviously reinforces the impression of a massive recruitment drive targeting young people, a vulnerable youth. Well, according to the statements of South Africans. So, what are the stakes? This city called Alabuga is an industrial zone at the heart of the Russian war effort. The recruitments are being done to send them to Alabuga. Imagine we're in Africa where people are struggling to make ends meet. Some have never even been on a plane. When they were told, okay, we're going to recruit you, you'll take a plane, and when you arrive, you'll be paid this, this, and this. You're not going to the front lines, but you'll be working in a drone manufacturing factory. You won't even be producing, you'll just be there assembling with very attractive salaries. People will easily sign up. Even as we're speaking right now, there are some, even among you, who are wondering, but where are these recruitments happening? Is it only South Africa that's involved? So that's how it is. Then, Alabuga is located in Tatarstan. The Alabuga Special Economic Zone is a central site for the production of Shahed 136 drones. This drone that Iran loaned to Russia. So, independent investigations estimate that 90% of foreign recruits end up assembling the drones, despite the announcements of civilian training. So, this is what really hurts South Africa. The case puts a strain. The diplomatic implications are that the case puts a strain. And the image of the BRICS accused of being used as a cover for a dubious recruitment operation. So, for Pretoria, for South Africa, it's a dilemma. Maintaining good relations with Moscow while also protecting its citizens from possible exploitation or human trafficking. Since apparently the working conditions are not as they were initially presented. So, that's basically what needs to be said. For now, we haven't seen Russia's reaction. We're waiting to see what will come of all this. We'll come back to discuss it here on the Éveil de Conscience platform. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the top story in international news. Thank you for sharing it as much as possible. I'll be back with you shortly. This was the voice of Robert T.